Okay, so we talked about how adjectives with magga and nagga uh, became intensified, right? Intensifying with that ka, right? So ka plus the adjective intensifies the adjective. And then we also talked about adding mag and nag to the ka, so we get magga and nagka plus the adjective, right? But that's talking in terms of intensification. Well, if we use the pag, right? Because remember, pag in the absolutive, or I guess in the actor focus, pag with the verb makes the verb into an imperative form. Or sometimes it can make it into an infinitive, it just depends. But imperative is what we know it as. And if we use pag here, it makes the adjective sort of act in that same manner with pagka, right? So think of it in that sense, pagka with that sense, right? And then here I have written down is that it excites the adjective itself. So the adjective just gets excited, right? It's a self-excitement, right? That adjective didn't get intensified, it just got excited. So it excites the adjective, it doesn't intensify the adjective, okay? And then you'll see, right? You'll see through the examples. It strengthens the adjective. So in the manner that it just got self-excited, it also strengthened itself in the meaning of the adjective, okay? And it's used for interjections and exclamations, okay? In expressions that people say. And lastly, it's a self-focus versus the non-focus. So that's what I'll talk about when we go through the examples. Self-focus versus a non-focus. So it's the pagka itself is just its own kind of I guess little actor focus itself. I don't know, but I don't know how to describe it, but I'll show you through the examples that you can see because there's a word for it. I'm just not able to express it somehow. One thing though, up here in black, just remember that adjectives act like verbs, okay? They act as verbs. And I'll show you at the very end of this video why, okay? So down here we have our examples. Pagkahilom sa gabi, okay? Pagkahilom sa gabi. So here we have pagka, right? And our adjective is hilom. What I mean by the self-focus versus non-focus is you're always going to have some sort of non-focus phrase or non-focus whatever following whatever phrase or sentence, etc. It's going to follow whatever the pagka is, okay? So we have here pagkahilom sa gabi, and it's excited, right? It's an interjection or it's an exclamation. Oh, how wow, tonight is really quiet. You know, what a quiet night. Damn. You know, kahilom sa gabi. Whoa, this is the difference here with pagkahilom sa gabi and kahilom sa gabi. The first sentence is just an excited or a strengthened adjective form versus the second sentence is just an intensified adjective form, okay? So pagkahilom, this was an excited adjective form, and this was intensified in the meaning, okay? And then lastly, hilom o gabi. If you don't want to use pagka, you can just use the adjective itself, and it acts as a whatchamacallit? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. As an imperative, there you go. It just acts as an imperative by itself, right? Same with verbs. You don't have to put pag before the verb, and you can just say the verb itself, the root word itself, and it's an imperative form. So adjectives, again, adjectives, they act as verbs. So they're similar in the way that they act as verbs, in the way that they conjugate as well. So keep that in mind, okay? And here are, I underline these in red because, again, the sa and the og and even down here, you'll see how they're all a part of the non-focus family, okay? The non-focus markers. The next sentence we have here is pagkakapoy saan ng trabaho. Pagkakapoy saan ng trabaho. Wow, that kind of work is really tiring, right? Kapoy, to be tired. Pagkakapoy saan ng trabaho. What a tiring work, you know? How tiring that work is, you know? And this person is making it so that it's an exclamation point or it's something that's excited, right? An exciting or just exclaiming something, right? Again, sa anang trabaho. Remember, ana, short for inana, right? Next one, okay? pagkabugat gyud sa rason niya. Wow, what a heavy, sorry, yeah, bugat, heavy. What a heavy reason he has, you know? And it even got stressed even more with gyud, okay? We added the enclitic particle. And lastly, we have dili kanako pagkaluod pud. So, oh, it's not for me. That's like really disgusting too, you know? Really disgusting. How disgusting that thing is. Ew, you know? Pagkaluod pud. Um, so yeah, you can kind of see how the pagka works with this adjective and how it differs from the ka. Okay. Now again, going back to the adjectives act like verbs. So in this side here, I just put in another adjective, pula, and this is what I mean by how they can act as verbs because they also take in those same affixes with the verbs, right? And it just goes on and on and on, right? It just keeps on going. And another thing to keep in mind too is remember when you have certain verbs that have certain consonants that change their morphology, you have to change the way they're conjugated as well, okay? Depending on their affix. So we have, for example, the verb pula, and you should already know what pula is. I mean, it's written in that color. So as you can see, mapulaan, pulaa, magpula, pulaon, gipula, etc. Right? It just keeps going on and on and on and on. Okay. But hopefully this is like the last portion of some adjectives, unless there's more. And hopefully this can help you get a better understanding of how this works too, so you can better express yourself using these adjectives. Because I'm not gonna lie, adjectives are a hard subject to tame. Okay, there's it's crazy how sometimes adjectives work.